Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee, and the British are coming. The British are coming. Or, at least that's the news we must convey in Lantana Games' upcoming release, Children of Liberty. Although exact details of the narrative will be withheld until the game leaves beta, I was told personally by game developer Dan Silvers at PAX East that Children of Liberty takes place the night before Paul Revere's historic ride, and that the controllable characters are all young colonials spying on the British. What I've got here is an extremely early alpha release of the game, so understand it's neither bug-free nor feature-complete, but I'll go into that more later. As you can see, we can choose to play as one of 3 colonial, Bostonial spies, each with his or her own traits. Joseph, of course, has the strongest name, but to counter that obvious advantage, he's less strong than Duug, or less nimble than Ally. So let's hit the ground standing, and imminently begin running. I like that jump. I can even double jump as him. So, as you can see, there are signs that indicate which of the letters printed on my keyboard correspond to the buttons necessary to move freely. Haystacks have been thoughtfully provided should I desire to practice for my future career as a professional needle, and should I desire to prepare further for my future hobby as a professional context-sensitive button presser, I can press Z right here to issue a takedown attack. Whoosh. He is gone. I threw him into the hay. That is super handy when you're trying to be stealthy. For those of you unfamiliar with the release cycle of alpha to beta to commercial, it's easy to explain. You already know the word alphabet, so just remember that alpha comes before beta, and then there's going to be a commercial, because those things are everywhere. Furthermore, an alpha build of the game is a lot like the early alphabet, in that there are just kind of bits missing. You'll go A, B, C, G, H, K, J. Other stuff will get in there eventually, but, you know, it's planned. It's not there yet. It takes time to implement. Also, much like the alphabet, there's a lot of bugs in here. You'd have, like, Elementa Scorpion back in the day, but thanks to the diligent work of our forebears in alphabet development, we don't really have to deal with that now that it's been, you know, commercially released. This right here, this is pretty neat. Not only do I get to block the shadows in the light, or, you know, block the light like that, but this is really cool. If you guys are unfamiliar with warehouses, this is what's known as a corner, which allows us to gracefully change direction and then continue on our way. And just in case you're unclear on the subject, another corner has been thoughtfully provided here. So we can just turn, and boom. Now, as you can see, there are some bars here, which obviously are not receptive to minors. So we will just turn down this alley and activate this switch. Now, I've worked in a few manufacturing environments, and let me tell you, this thing is not up to code. Too high, too many things in front of it, not safe. I get the feeling that this area here was intended by the developers as a chance to show us that sometimes we won't be able to see what's below us, and we should kind of shimmy along and do all this other stuff to, you know, make sure we don't die by falling off the screen. But you know what? This is an alpha build, so we can just drop right down to here and not really suffer any penalties. Now, it's obvious that I should either be swimming or dying in the water here. I'm inclined to prefer swimming as a game design choice in a stealth game. But, you know, in real life, if you stop swimming due to exhaustion, you'll die. But if you stop dying due to exhaustion, you'll live. So, you know, maybe this is a little bit too hypothetical, theoretical for me. I'm not a stealth game designer. I discussed creating a separate video for each development stage with Dan Silvers. So, by watching my videos of the game, you'll be able to see how different mechanics are implemented and bugs are addressed over time, which I think is cool enough that you should think it's cool too. And yes, this is technically considered peer pressure on account of our proximity to the docks. That's all for this video, and if you like what you've seen, you can try the game yourself at lantanagames.com. Just understand that it's under construction, so you'd best wear your tricorn hard hat. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.